the knowledge here and there. Best player, best Zerg in the world. I mean, you know, big deal.
Yeah, no worries. All right, we're hopping into Overgrowth now in the second match between these two players. And in the top right-hand corner, the red Zerg. Once again, from XL5, it's PiG.
Victorious PiG. He's got a very tall mountain to climb in the form of this guy in the bottom left here. This is KingkOng, previous ACL champion twice in a row. He plays a lot better in the, oh, looks like both players are going to 9-pull here. Goodness.
Oh, well, it's going to get a little bit sticky. It's not that often that we see players do this at the same time, but, well, we'll see how it goes. I mean, clearly these guys aren't too keen on the macro game at the moment, right? I mean, we know that KingkOng plays a little bit aggressively in ZVZ quite often because he's very good with his link main control, but, wow, all right.
So KingkOng once again opting for the gas, and this doesn't actually look like a cancel here. This is going to be a mind extractor, so we're going to be seeing similar aggression in the last game, if not exactly the same aggression. And PiG going to go for the early pull, gasless at this point.
Now, I've certainly seen him hold with this build before. I think this happened against Ender actually at one point, but you know, it's very tricky and it's hard to judge how much your opponent's going to have. You might have a hard time deciding whether you want to be the aggressor or the defender. Generally, I think PiG is happy to be the defender in this situation.
He's pretty good at it. Unfortunately, didn't get to, you know, it didn't work last game for lack of a better word. So. Bit of a shame there, but we have the Lings heading across the middle of the map, and KingkOng's going to see this, and PiG's going to see this as well at the same time. This is a mirror matchup after all, with mirrored openings apart from that extractor for KingkOng. PiG getting his extractor too, so he's going to be able to recover and possibly make banelings of his own, but they're going to be a little bit later than KingkOng's.
No, PiG knows first. He's trying to set up some sort of concave here. I'm not sure if he'll get the better exchange. I think he has a couple more Lings in this fight though for the moment. And he knows first, maybe that couple of seconds can make a difference here.
Now KingkOng's getting speed, not banelings, so this might actually just be mass speedling all in. Well, actually, certainly looks like it. So PiG could be, you know, getting a baneling nest here would be pretty good for PiG if he opts to go for that path. He is getting gas now. Yeah,
it's probably the best way you can go, because you don't need more links, you just need enough banelings to take out his links. But well, he's got enough for it, so I guess he is indeed going to go for the speed. So he's going to be kind of stuck in his base for a bit. That will allow KingkOng to maybe expand behind this if he's not feeling like he's gaining much ground. So he can still keep an advantage in that sense.
Yep, Queen coming down here. The defender's advantage always very, very helpful in ZVZ. You got those Queens, of course, Spire static defense later in the game as well. Yeah. And the speed for KingkOng just about to finish. PiG getting his own speeds. You can see as he reached that 100 gas, that was definitely going to happen there. So we have to see if PiG can control without speed for a little bit here. It's just going to be a little bit tough. I mean, KingkOng's leaving some Lings at home for a counterattack. PiG getting the baneling nest as well, being very, very careful here. And here we go. Speed done now. Speedling's heading in.
Yep, PiG opting to attack on creeps so that his Lings aren't so slow. Oh, he's going to go for the baneling nest.
He's going to get it too.
Well, he might lose a couple of Lings for it, but there's the cancel. He does have to duck out of there for the moment. PiG's speed not too far off, and he's holding on very well. He's very good with these defensive positions. He'll always have a Queen in the right spot. But
huge numbers from KingkOng though. Yeah, and KingkOng's got the concave on the bottom here. The Queen's helping out a lot, but he has some Lings now joining the battle there. They still have that concave. They're going to win the fight. The Queen is helping out so much here for PiG. Drone's being pulled just at the last minute.
He's actually going to lose the Queen. He gets the last inject off just before it's going to go down. No?
Oh, the defense from PiG. Those drones were blocking the linebackers against these Lings here. And the Queen lives!
No way. Oh, he's got to be gritting after that. That's a huge save. He'll probably get another inject in now because it's right behind a spine crawler. Really not going to dive in there anytime soon. And KingkOng, okay, he's not done yet. He's going to go into the Bane nest himself.
No, this baneling nest is not offensive. This is a defensive baneling nest because he knows that PiG has a lot of Lings, he has speed, and he has a Queen out already, so he can inject, and he's going to be dealing with a lot of units here.
Indeed, and this, you know, it's also going to help him if he wants to counterattack, if he does take a nice engagement, but for the moment, certainly, absolutely right. He's on the defensive and delaying, making a few Lings there.
The old 2 pull-off, got to get those banelings out, try and test the map vision here of KingkOng.
Yeah, it's going to be up to KingkOng to split this time around.
Yeah, his Queen conversely helping out as well. Hasn't seen those 2 banelings yet, but I'm pretty sure his star senses are tingling. Yeah, baneling nest done now for KingkOng. Doesn't have the time to make banelings, though. Does he see the
attention?
banelings coming in? Oh, actually gets a good cluster of drones there.
Oh, goodness. He really wasn't looking at that. I think he was too busy paying attention to the last few lings. Look at that difference.
Double the workers. Oh, and a big connection with that baneling from PiG. KingkOng wasn't watching his Zerglings, and PiG is in a beautiful spot now.
Oh, that's really brutal. KingkOng probably felt that one in his soul. PiG is looking so good all of a sudden. I mean, he's got lings, he's got a hatchery coming up, he's got more drones. I mean, how good of a position do you want to be in after an early pool?
It's just about as good as you can ask for against a player of this caliber, and he's got banelings going to morph on the high ground here, so KingkOng going to try some baneling aggression here, but I mean, what can he do? There's a spine crawler already positioned covering the ramp. PiG has his own defensive banelings as well. Oh, and another connection there with some lings. KingkOng just pulling out just at the last minute with his lings, not losing the entire cluster. He's putting some pressure on this natural hatchery. Oh, good connection. Actually, good trade for KingkOng there.
Very good trade.
2 banes for 3.
Here's where KingkOng's control starts to shine. He's trying to get the banelings, but not able to just close the distance there. Banelings of KingkOng are zoning out the lings of PiG. So many mini exchanges going on all over the place at the moment.
Spinecrawl actually helping out a lot. Find it very difficult to get into this mineral line.
Yeah, PiG not falling for the 2 hidden bane trick.
And GG,
Wow.
PiG's just too far ahead in that game, and I'd actually support that tap out there from KingkOng. It was just he was half in supply in every single way. Half in workers, half in army, and everything that he was running for was late. He didn't have a second hatchery to fall back on, so GG, well played from our Australian Zerg.
Yeah, so do you think we'll see a calm game next time? Maybe a macro game? Maybe a bit of roach headbutt?
My prediction was 3-1 for KingkOng.
Yeah.
And, you know.
So you think he'll take the next 2?
I'm thinking KingkOng takes the next 2. We'll see. Both games been very fast. We're going to have a very short day if games keep going this way. Like, I mean, the ZVT between Ender and Igus was, I mean, if they're anything like they were last weekend, they're going to be pretty aggressive as well. So
awesome.
We're going to see maybe a lot of roaches in that series. I mean, are we going to see roaches in the series, or is it just going to be Ling all-in, Zeph? I don't know.
Seems like KingkOng is certainly feeling the aggressive stance so far, but he does tend to feel out his opponent a little bit, see what he wants to do after that.
Poke and prod him and see where he's soft.
Try and figure it out. But it's
and then
really scary.
Right in the ribs.
It's really scary to go up against PiG in that kind of macro game too, because he's like a roach master.
He is actually. That might be his goal, actually, now that you mention it, because PiG's roach versus roach headbutt is like unprecedented. He's so intelligent.
It's good.
He always gets the right engagement and gets the the unit for the job. If he needs hydras or if he needs infestors, they're there when he needs them.
Yeah,
so
that's for sure. So
that's why his win rate's so high, and KingkOng's is as well. But you know, apart from last weekend, I haven't seen a whole lot of KingkOng. He was in a bit of a he kind of went in the dark a little bit between you know, the end of ACL and the beginning of this WCS season.
He did. He's a busy guy. I'm not too surprised.
He's been studying and going back and forth from Korea as well.
I don't know how he balances it. He still comes and tries to qualify for WCS, and he's almost there. And just as we're talking about potentially seeing a macro game for a change, the third map is actually going to be merry-go-round, so maybe not. This tends to be a bit of a quick and dirty map in ZVZ. A lot of Jerry Ling kind of strategies, a lot of Ling Bane, a lot of early pulls.
His presence still lingers on. Good old Jerry.
I think he'll live forever in spirit.
He's going to live ever in spirit, and his build will forever terrorize the ladder, thanks to good friend Jerry.
Yeah.
Of course, this for all of you international viewers, thank you very much for tuning in. That is the Jerry Ling is basically hiding a whole cluster of speedlings into your main and then sending them at your opponent and killing them.
Yeah, Jerry was
it's really not complicated.
Chinese player, I believe.
Yeah, I think
Made that very popular.
Played on Southeast Asia server back when people played on Southeast Asia.
Yeah, it became known as the Jerry build because
there's actually tumbleweeds on the C server now.
Yes, not even that. It's so dead. I tried to find a game on there once out of curiosity, and it didn't go well. I think I was waiting like 15 minutes, and I got a gold leaguer. But
actually, just as we're getting into game number 3 here, for all of you guys that are playing from home and don't generally play on Korea, I don't know about you, but my speed's been increased to Korea right now. I've got the underwater pipes between us and the motherland of Korea has been upgraded, so.